इस तरह का हम आप लोगों के लिए काफी इंफॉर्मेटिव एंड एक्साइटिंग कंटेंट लेके आ रहे हैं. We have invited a lot of wedding experts and we'll make sure that we'll keep these videos short. चले, let's go.
Young ones will enjoy most of it. But for us, the trick is to make sure the rest of the family also enjoys. So we do put in that time and effort into knowing, okay, what the family is going to like. So now that thanks to these apps like Spotify and all that, the couples send us their favorites, the families send us their favorites. So it's good for us to kind of understand their vibe, because a lot of these people we've never met in our life.
Correct.
Even though we talk to them a lot, so many times we do land up meeting couples when we travel. Like one time I had gone for a show to Dubai and I happened to meet a couple who was performing for that December. So I had gone in October, their wedding was in December. So I met them over a coffee.
Correct.
So then, okay, at least, we'll be chill for a couple of hours. Then I got to know their vibe.
Correct.
Then I knew, okay, these guys are they're very British because they were brought up in the UK.
Okay.
So I got to know that when I met them. So these things you learn, and then, about their families also you learn. So the more information you have, the better it's going to be. So the trick to keeping dance floors full is strong homework.
Yeah. So
Like, you
preparation
really need
is
to be
very
prepared.
important. Like,
You have to prepare any and every, like I said, I told you I have these 70, 80 groups. It is all for my preparation.
So what kind of typical questions do you ask when you meet a couple for the first time? Like, if they finalized you.
Yes.
And what kind of questions do you normally
So
ask?
usually once we finalize for a wedding, I always get down to knowing the couple's vibe, favorite artists, favorite places that they visit from wherever they are. So I kind of put time, and I have a team who we work together on this. And the kind of places they visit, maybe let's say it's somebody from Bombay, and they tell me, okay, we love hanging out at, let's say, Bastion. I know the kind of music that plays, and I know the kind of vibe they enjoy.
Right.
But of course, couples are always one thing that I always put across and make it clear to them is that this is your celebration. You have to be very clear, and you have to inform me about the sort of vision you have for your own wedding. You can call me tomorrow, I can take it my way. But it doesn't mean that it has to be what you have in mind. But I am here, I have this experience, and I can mold it to go where you want it to be. The vision, everybody now is spending so much money, putting in so much time, all these outfits, all these venues, so much effort and time you're putting into it. It has to be worth it. So you have to, I get them to, in very many, many ways, like these Spotify lists, whatever basic, whatever. So many times they go to places, they send me a clip or a video or something little here and there with whatever vision they have for their wedding. And my biggest point to them always is that they have to lead from the front. Because tomorrow when you as a couple genuinely enjoy, not fake it.
Yes.
And that much we ensure people, yes, they enjoy their time. Is that when the couple is there, automatically everybody else is equally involved.
Correct.
So tomorrow, if I don't only feel like this is my party and I'm only sitting there watching people, they'll also be of that. So I always just think that we are of course sourcing music, we are making the vibe, and we are doing everything beautiful music related. Coming to energy, the couple and the family has to kind of lead from the front, because their energy flows.
Obviously.
Our energy to the crowd, and then it just goes. It multiplies with the floor. So we take it usually from knowing the couple's vibe, because that's most important.
Correct.
The 2 days is about the couple and everything about them. So we try and get as much information as we can about them, their music they like, the music they absolutely do not like also. That's also very important. Very important.
Yes.
So I do have it, people, if there are certain, even if it's one song. I remember one bride back in the day, she was, I think again, she was from the US, and she was like, I hate this Jano Meri Jaan song. Do not play it at the wedding. Sit done. Great. And it's something we play, the oldies love it. But we were like, okay, we just red marked. I said, no matter what happens, this song does not play. So, this small things, but it makes an impact. And tomorrow, we're very involved in the music front of all the weddings I do. Small, big, doesn't matter. Once I'm on board, I'm as involved as I can be. and automatically that gets the couple also excited.
Correct.
That somebody is so interested in making our event a success, then they also reciprocate. So automatic then becomes a team game.
Correct.
If tomorrow there are times where I've done weddings where somebody has booked me, I have no communication, I've just landed up there.
Correct.
Okay, it's been a great one, but it didn't feel like
You've been
that
a
we're
part
one
of
big family
that, yeah.
and we're one team to do this.
Correct.
I just did my job as a professional. I smashed it, no complaint, nothing. It was a great time. They hugged me at the end of it, but it was like I just had two strangers hugging me. They're okay, they had a good time. But it's just a different feeling now that we've done it so often and so many times with couples where we've invested time into making a bond building a bond with them.
Correct.
And it's like we're friends.
Correct.
And then automatically when you play for your friends or like you do events for your friends, there's always a different, love that you do it with.
Correct.
So we try to get to that level as much as we can.
So you mean to say especially to the couple who are getting married, that spend some time with your DJ, if possible meet him or communicate, what you like, what you don't like. So this will definitely help them a lot.
Absolutely. You have to invest a little bit of time into, you put it in every other aspect of the wedding, right?
Yeah.
Your outfits, you do trials with a makeup artist,
Correct.
you do venue checks, you do food tasting.
Correct.
Then why not with the DJ?
Correct.
It's very important. And I'm not saying that go for a show of his,
Correct.
but even understanding his music style, if it's matching yours or no, is very, very important. Tomorrow, there are people who don't play original music because this is not their style. But it depends on you as a client that is that okay with you.
Yes.
There's somebody who's known for techno, but you just know without knowing that is that person okay with weddings or not. You just book him just because you've heard the name.
Correct.
And you don't put any time to it. And then when you're imagine in a Sangeet night, you booked a techno DJ. They're great DJs, but is it the right choice for your?
Yes.
Similarly, even there are 100 wedding or 200 wedding DJs, but only when you put in that effort to understand, is this my perfect person? Like I get so many inquiries and I'm very okay to say that there are people who don't pick me also. But it's fine. It's great in fact because they put in that research and they've decided, no, this person is not my vibe. And they found their right vibe and I'm very happy about that. Because eventually after putting so much effort, money, time into it, your wedding should be a success.
Correct.
And if somebody is not the right vendor for it, it's perfectly fine actually. Instead of in a hurry or just trusting somebody's some random internet post, you finalize a vendor, and if it doesn't turn out to be the right one, then I wouldn't want to be at the receiving end of it.
So I also want to ask you one more thing. When you talk about selecting a right DJ or somebody who matches your vibe, so is it a good thing that if for example if you want to finalize one DJ, you go and listen to him in some other club or a wedding? Is that okay? Like if one should do that or not?
You can, but you have to understand that every event is different. Every event is always different. It could be let's say you're booking me for your 25th anniversary and you come and listen to me at somebody else's 25th anniversary. That setting, that crowd, the client's brief, everything can be different. It eventually doesn't have to, what you have to really go and see and decide from what you see of this, whoever DJ you're going for, is how they handle the event, how they execute that event. Don't go and judge he's playing retro Bollywood, but we want house music. See how he's not playing for you, he's playing for that client who you want to listen. So are they having a good time with whatever he's playing?
Correct.
Yes. Are his technicals good? Yes. Is his crowd interaction good? Yeah. Is his presence on that console good? Because tomorrow you're paying such hefty amounts for DJ, you wanted to feel boss, there's a DJ here.
Correct.
Otherwise you don't leave a party and just realize there was a DJ. Then what's the point of it? You just have a Spotify list. So you have to go and notice these things. That how is he catering to that audience?
Correct.
Everybody's brief is different. Tomorrow you want house music in your party, he'll do it. If he's an experienced person, if he does play house music, he'll do the needful, but he'll do it at your party. It'll be different from the playlist and the energy and everything about it will be different from this certain thing. It's a different client, different brief.
Correct.
Similarly, again, only thing I would say is I avoid calling any of my clients to a club.
Okay.
Is because club music is very different. Club music is very different from a private event. In clubs, we rarely take requests unless it's like my friends or the owner or something very special.
Correct.
So we rarely take requests. So, and again, that is my performance. I am there to showcase my talent for those 2 hours.
Correct.
In keeping in mind the club's vibe, the city I am in,
Correct.
what is trending, keeping all these things in mind. But again, it's not particularly for only for the audience or because, like how in a private event, you would do something for that one person in the crowd.
Correct.
In clubs, that doesn't happen. Again, in clubs, the music we play is very different. Today, what's trending is a lot of Bollywood mixed up with a lot of EDM, a lot of hard music. So that does not play in weddings.
Correct.
So if you even do go to a club, what I want you to, judge the artist on is his presence, is his skill, is his crowd interaction. That's all you can see. Eventually, if you like his art, if you like his skill, leave music playlisting aside.
Right.
That's what you should kind of see. I like this guy's vibe, his crazy energy. That's great. That's what will come to your event.
Right.
That same playlist you heard at the club or at the other event, the other private event is not going to come to your party or to your wedding.
Right.
This person is going to come. And this person you have to judge, you have to agree that he has a lot of experience. You've heard about him for a reason. You believe him on that point. Maybe you can, like I have a lot of reviews online and I'm saying 65, 70 reviews from clients from all over the world and purely about weddings. There's no private event client in it or there's no corporate client in it. So whenever there's somebody who doesn't know me, I think you can go through these because there's 60, 70 people thoughts and their experiences after I've performed for them, not before or not copy paste or any of these random things. And then you put all these things you do together and then you see me perform live or you see videos on social media. Very rarely do I put these edited after movies. Very rarely do I put it unless that's the only footage I have.
Correct.
So I usually try and put real unedited videos of clips of what I do so that people know that this is what he actually does. Because in that after movie, it's 1 minute.
Correct.
It's 3 hours put into 1 minute.
1 minute.
Everybody will showcase the best of you.
Correct.
And every party has a high, low, a chill mode, a very peak hour, all these things. So, if you go to listen to a DJ, which you should. I mean, it's a great idea. If you're in the same city, if time allows you, you definitely should. But don't judge him or judge the music that's being played.
So you mean to say that you just leave the music, the playlist aside, because playlist can be for a particular reason, particular vibe, particular set of client, particular the vibe of the club, depending on all these things. But you need to just see the energy, see the crowd interaction, how he's holding the crowd,
the artist side of it, the performance side,
and
of
the technical knowledge of it.
Correct.
Okay. So now since we are here, I just want to ask you, if you can just help our viewers, how one should select a good DJ. For example, if somebody is getting married, and obviously the budgets are everybody's concern. Leaving the budget apart, obviously people get what they want in their budget. That is not an issue. Whether your budget is high or low, you'll get somebody. But how you should select the right DJ for you?
I feel when you finalize a DJ at your wedding, most importantly, you have to vibe with that person. Because if it's it makes it much easier, I feel. That if you like a certain person, and not in order of importance, of course, but if you like a certain person, you're vibing with him, 2 points. Then if his music taste or his music spectrum matches what you're looking at, 2 more points. Aisa karte, basic things of, if let's say, example, if you want one performance in the wedding to be an audio-visual set, is he that person? Does he do audio? Oh, he does. Great. 2 more points. So you kind of, small points from here and then you gather and put together that is this our DJ or not?
Correct.
Does he play music for the mehndi also? What sort of music does he play? Does he play for the sangeet also? Does he do this also? Does he do that also? So when you put across the right information to him, and then you have to get into a proper call. I always do Zoom calls with all my clients, and we have like a literally chai pe charcha. We'll chat, know each other. They'll tell me what they do, where they are from, their stories. We'll randomly come up with common friends. So automatically you build a bond, and then you know that this is your person. There are some of my reviews online which clients have written, where they mentioned that when we first spoke to Reggae, it was a very pleasant experience. It was like we were friends, and then automatically that friendship just became like a friend is coming to play at our wedding. So automatically that bond always makes it much.
So vibes should match.
Your vibes have to match. Your wavelengths have to match. Your visions. First of all, your vision of your own wedding entertainment has to be clear before you look for a DJ. It will save you time. If you just sit and look through yellow pages of get me 100 DJs, you will miss your own wedding date. Because there's so many people out there, there's different styles, different people. And of course, you always get recommendations from friends, right? Go back to times when you've heard somebody at somebody's wedding. That's the best thing. If you've seen somebody showcase their art at a wedding already, halfway done, you've seen him do the magic. Great. Then if you want to get more, reviews on him, you can always ask around, or you can always get in touch with the artist, speak to them about this. Oh, I had heard you there. I had heard you here. All these things. Everybody is now on social media. You can easily get to see their work also. But most importantly, you have to vibe with that person. That's how I prefer. Like there are so many times with some clients, it just doesn't feel like a fit. It just doesn't feel like that bond is happening. It just feels very odd for whatever reason. It doesn't work out, and it's fine. That's fine. They find somebody else who they match with. Yes. Their wedding is a success, and even if I have not performed it, I feel very happy for them because I'm somebody who takes weddings very personally. Like for me, it's not a project. I don't treat it as a project. Like I'm very involved, sometimes a little too involved. Well, actually only with the music though. But everything, I'm even involved till the point that no, don't enter like this. Let's do this song. Then you do this, let's enter. Because my vision is to make sure their entry is a hit. Correct. Anybody can just enter and the MC can just say wah 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 wah. And on a regular song, we've edited songs, we've made different versions, we've cut paste to make it fun, surprise element, this, that. So I take my weddings very personally. For me, it's not just a show. And my whole team is also briefed, and all of us in my team also are very straight about the fact that it's somebody's wedding. It's their big day and you have to treat it nothing less than that. Correct. And so we put our sweat and everything into the fact that these 2 days have to be great, nothing short of great. Even if we don't sleep, we've done that. There was one time a wedding in Jaipur where 48 hours we didn't sleep. Oh my God. Because they partied throughout, and then there was something the next morning for the elders and we had to be there. And we were there. We slept for 2 days after that. That's okay. But those 2 days were spectacular, and we were also high on energy because the family was so enthused about things, right? It was insane. So for us, we take it very personally. For us.
So I also want to ask you one more question. Whenever there's a wedding, especially a destination wedding, there are a lot of functions. And now these days, majority of the function, they want to have DJ or some artist playing. So for example, if they have 3-4 functions where they want DJ to come and play, is it a right choice to have one DJ playing all, or 2 different DJs or 3 different DJs playing for a different function? What do you say about this?
So for us, we usually prefer doing the whole wedding. We'll do all events because I anyways travel with the team. It's me plus 1 or me plus 2. And why we prefer doing all events is so that, like in the beginning I told you, we get to segregate and make sure every event's playlist and vibe is different. What happens when you if you give me one event, let's say you give me only Sangeet, I will smash it. I will not look left or right. I will give my best, play everything I have in those 3, 4, 5 hours, whatever I get. I have no worry. I have one event. I have charged a fee and I want to make it a great evening for this client. I'll play everything. I'll kill it. But when I have a Mehndi in the day, I have a Sangeet in the night, I have a Haldi the next morning, I have a Bharat, I'm going to leave certain things for later. Okay. Because example, let's say you hear a Malhari for the first time in a Bharat. after 1.5 days, the effect that song is going to have at that right moment is spectacular. But if you've heard it at the Mehndi also, then you heard it at the Sangeet also, and then I played at the Bharat, it's going to be, it's a good song, but just for the camera or just for that Bharat thing, okay, it'll get 60% of the energy it would have got if it was the first time it was played.
Correct.
So we try and keep, and I am very, very, what do you say, my work and my research and my music is very deep. So when we do Mehndi also, right, when, let's say we're playing a Mehndi, we have a very different selection. We do like songs that people don't expect. And we get to do that and we enjoy. In fact, I'll enjoy playing like a Mehndi because I get to play very different Bollywood, which will not get played anywhere else in the wedding. Sangeet, then in the Mehndi, we'll skip out a certain section which then plays at the Sangeet. Then Haldi will be another thing. But there, some couple of the hits get played. Okay. But day 2, event 3, chalta hai. Bharat again is a different selection altogether. It's more boyish, it's more rowdy, it's more, high energy, leading up with the groom. And it's usually groom's side and all his boys and all his friends. So, that different vibe. And then we then do a different selection of like English or whatever it is for the reception, after party. But I can only do this if I am there for all events.
Correct.
If I have only come in for the Sangeet, I don't know what's played at the Mehndi. And again, if somebody else has played for the Mehndi, they will go all out.
What if what if they want to have? I'm just asking for the sake of asking because people have different ideas. So it's always make it clear like how they should, because as you said wedding is somebody's greatest day in their life. So they should not make a lot of mistakes. So that is the reason I'm just asking you. So for example, you are playing for one of the wedding in Sangeet and there is another DJ who's playing for some other function. What if the planner says, okay, there are two DJs, let's have one Zoom meeting and understand. So will that help or not much?
You're saying like 2 different DJs with 2 different names altogether?
2 different names, 2 different DJs
altogether. See, that honestly, that will rarely happen. And even if somebody gets 2 different DJs, it won't be somebody of the same genre or vibe. They won't get 2 Bollywood DJs to come collaborate at a wedding. Or they'll say that,
No. My question is, let's say, for example, client has finalized you for a Sangeet. Okay. And client has finalized somebody else for Haldi or for Bharat. Okay. And now, as you said that, you will also go full out in Sangeet and they'll also go full out. So there might be, a lot of same songs. Yes. So what if the planner or the couple make you both, discuss before?
I am very open to always collaborating. Again, even if that Zoom meeting, this situation does arise, which is rare, but it can. Anything can happen in weddings. I'm going to be of the thought process that, then we have to do this as a team. Then somewhere we have to share that music space that, okay, you do this, I'll do that, or you do this, or I'll do this, and we have to figure out how to make each other's. See, otherwise, if my event is first, then I have the advantage of being the first one to play whatever I want, and his will be the repetition.
Correct.
Again, if people are experienced enough, people have different styles.
Correct.
They'll do the research on how was it yesterday. I'm very this thing about, I ask people, Bindas, how was it yesterday? What all played, what worked well? Because it had happened so many times. At my own weddings, I have to send another similar senior DJ at the first event because I can't make it on day 1. I'm traveling from somewhere. So I reach on day 2. So then I check with them, how was yesterday? What worked well? What was okay? So we take that, those little points from each other. And if I'm here, I will pass the same to him. Because eventually it's not a competition between him and me. These 2 DJs, so I have to play better than him. It's not it. My party has to be great. And I want his event also to be equally good. I'm of that school of thought. There's no, I'm not the kind to be like me, only this thing. No, I don't care about that.
I think majority
for me, the wedding has to be a success. Yeah. And whatever vision that planner and that couple had to do this, the needful of involving 2 DJs, it should be worth it.
It should be worth it.
So I'm more than happy to, if needed. See, eventually it will happen that, okay, for me, somewhere back of my mind, this is my only event I'm playing. I have to slay it. I'll do it my way. But again, everybody has different styles.
Correct.
He's not going to play exactly what I play and how I play. nor am I going to do the same thing with him.
Correct.
If I know him, if he's a friend, I'll probably know his style.
Correct.
Then I'll kind of do something different so that his.
So everybody,
So everybody,
both the functions are
different
doing
in their
good,
own way, but still a hit. Yeah.
But you would still say that one DJ for entire wedding, like all two
Always.
days, that is
I
a
prefer-
better way to do it.
Always prefer. See, you can have a guest DJ coming in for one of the shows if he's known for a special something. So a lot of times it happens that the Sangeet after party, there's a guest DJ. Even in we are doing the whole wedding, some celebrity DJ or somebody will come, do 2 hour, 2.5 hour slot after the Sangeet performances, and then we continue after that.
Okay.
So
that's a different.
that's a thing. So people do that. And again, but that guy has a different. He's been called
for that particular zone.
set. They want to hear him, his style, his music. So whoever's trending.
More like a club kind of a
It's
thing
like
where
a
he's
performance.
coming.
Yeah, they've got a guest, you've got a celeb, like you're a singer and all that.
Correct.
They don't sing as per what you want. I mean, they'll mold it like that, what people like. But it's like that, 2.5 hours, and then we take over again after that. But again, even in such occasions, we're always there. We're always listening to know what has been played.
Correct.
What to kind of avoid repeating.
Correct.
Even if it's, chart toppers are chart toppers. Some people were having dinner, some people were not there, they reached late, whatever reason. Couple loves the song, they want something to be repeated. But if I don't know how long ago it's been played, what version of it has been played, because today original hota hai, remix hota hai, club version, this version.
Now my another question to you is, you are in such a glamour field, you get to travel to these many countries. So what is your lifestyle like? Because people want to know, like, यार आप लोग खाते क्या हो? करते क्या हो?
Sometimes the answer would be jo mile wo, but no. It's like with any glamorous lifestyle, there's always a dark side to it. There's always pros and cons. So for me, there are times in season time we have so much back-to-back work. Like last season, I remember I was home from October to first week of February. Total, I was at home for about 4 or 5 days.
Oh.
And like I have a family, I have a child. It's a tough life. Then sleep is the biggest thing you lose out on. So we sleep on flights. Luckily, I'm a very good sleeper. So if you give me 5 minutes silent time, you'll hear me snoring. Anywhere, everywhere. I can sleep anywhere. So on flights, I am knocked out before takeoff and straight after landing. So these things, sleep, and of course, there's a lot of, always around loud music, loud sound. So which I had a slight hearing loss issue also, which now I've luckily recovered. So I wear like ear protection in all my shows. There's weather change, your AC, then suddenly under the sun, outdoor event. Like my heat resistance is very low. I can start sweating like that. So for me, my tech rider always has 2 fans and all these things. So small issues here and there. But otherwise, I mean, there's no complaining. I mean, and this is the life I asked for. This was my aim. This was my goal. I always wanted to travel for work. I always wanted to be around music, around entertainment in this scene. So this is what I asked for. So I don't complain. My family does quite a bit.
So what is like off days, like when you're not doing, when you're not playing? So what is your, day routine like?
So usually it's catching up on sleep first of all, because I'm not saying just oversleep, but generally just because we usually lack of sleep, we're tired out. So this thing is always get good sleep. Then there is, of course, I'm a family man also. So spending that family time, I have a 2.5-year-old son. So spending a lot of time with him is my aim, with him, my wife, my family. Then of course there's a lot of these action days are all main time. There's a lot of back end work also that goes into it. All these discussions that we spoke about, all these meetings, all logistics. I don't have a team for it, but again, somewhere I also have to equally be involved. And main thing is the working on the music. The back end part of working on the music is very important. Updating day to day these things, finding the new new music that's come out, the right versions of it. making our own little edits about some songs. We also do audiovisual performances, so all those videos, like we do a lot of these funny ones also, which you know about. So those also, to create those, it takes time. So on my off day also, I sleep at 4 o'clock only. Like even let's say last night also, I have slept at 4 because my night time is like my work time. In the day, like I'm catching up with family, running on my errands. There's lots to do with home. Then a lot of DJs are into workouts and all. So we are not being healthy because in season time it's become very tough, right? So now is the time to get back into shape and all these things, off season and off days. But yeah, the work doesn't stop. No matter what happens, the work, there's always back end work. And for us, like we're guys who play through the year. Honestly, we don't have an off season. Like this year, luckily now because of these elections and all that, this month is a little relaxed. But otherwise, we don't have an off season. Even if you do 15, 20 events a month, it's still hectic.
Yeah.
So that's off season. Like that's these months. December is 35 events in 31 days. Because sometimes we're doing something here in the afternoon, catch a flight, reach somewhere else for a night show, all these things. So there's no really off season, but at these Monday, Tuesday, Thursday days where we get, it's mainly just to, rejuvenate and just refresh and restart for the weekend and hectic events. But the work doesn't really ever stop. Never.
So now, we have come to almost, end of our podcast. So normally we ask our guests to talk about some mistakes and tips for our, to be wedded couple. So I just want to ask you if you can give us few tips to, to who are going to get married in future. So what are the few tips which you like to give to them in terms of, selecting their DJ or, about the entertainment as such?
So again, I mentioned this earlier also, and that's something I really, really stand by, is to, first of all, be clear about what you want. Finding an artist then becomes much easier. Other than, going for an artist, you've heard about, he's a big name, it's a celebrity, this, that. But eventually, is it going to fit your vibe and your vision for your wedding in your big day? That's what should match. If those come together and say, he's the perfect guy when you feel like, he's the perfect guy. When you feel like he's the perfect guy for our event, that's most important. But again, knowing your artist, knowing a little background never harms anybody. In fact, you should, again, spending so much time, putting in so much effort into it, there's no reason for you to not be sure of who you're hiring for your big day. I've heard a lot of times, you mentioned budgets also some time back. You're already spending, like example, let's say you're spending 1,000 rupees on this whole wedding. And if that selecting the perfect DJ is going to cost you 10 rupees more, it's going to make that 1,000 rupees worth it. Everybody keeps a buffer and should keep a buffer a little here and there. Don't be very hard and listing on, okay, I want a DJ of 20,000 only. If you, let's say your budget was 20, but there's somebody who's perfect and he's charging you 26, I would say push it. Because then the rest of the lakhs that you've spent in that venue, the decor, logistics, F&B, outfits, all these things is going to be eventually the evening that the music oriented fun you're going to have is what people are going to remember.
Yes.
When they party till 5 and 6 in the morning and next day when they say, boss, what a night, then it's not going to be because of the amazing food they had.
Correct.
Or the gorgeous dress you were wearing. I mean, of course, that's just a part of it. Everybody should be, but that music is very crucial.
Very important. Yes.
Tomorrow, and I've heard it from friends, event agencies in the past, where somebody, like there was a wedding, I remember somewhere in the Northeast, and they were really pushing for me to go. Is why I know about it. And then somebody was doing, no, this guy, I know he plays in this club and it's fun and all. And they had that DJ come and play. With due respect, but what happened was it was a club vibe in a wedding. Again, I don't think they had discussed enough. I don't think they were very clear with the artist of what they want. Maybe they have not put across their vibe of the music they wanted, and it felt like more of a club than a wedding. And it wasn't like that night. I got a call that can you get on the next flight and come here, but it was season time and we couldn't fly. But again, it's very unfortunate, and I felt bad personally that it's happening at somebody's wedding.
Right.
When a groom calls me at that hour and says, "Bro, can you make it? You think you can get on the next flight and come to Dehradun?" I said,
Not possible.
it's not possible. But I would have loved to be there, and I would have then not, this couple would have had this stress. So coming back to that, a little time and a little effort and little pushing the budget a little bit to accommodate the right artist, then makes it all worth it. And anything, even when you say bands, people get a lot of famous celebrity Bollywood singers to come and perform. But is their music the right choice for you? There are a lot of singers who play only romantic music. And it happened to me recently where there's these performers, and they're known for the romantic, great musicians, fantastic music. I mean, if I tell you their songs, you'll be like, "Hey, boss, who doesn't love this?"
Correct.
But was it right for your Sangeet night? Was it the energy that you wanted, or you wanted more than this? You wanted more high energy, the Vishal Shekhar kind of energy, but you put somebody very mellow. Again, knowing that, eventually putting in so much time and effort and money into it, little bit to the entertainment deserves.
Correct.
I mean, even though they're well-established names or whatever it is, does it match your vibe?
Correct.
Does it match your vision? Even if the budget could be like A could be charging 7 lakhs, but if B is charging 8, but 8, if B is your actual, like when you hear that name and you're like, "Boss, their music though I love," I would say push that budget, go to B.
Correct.
It'll make everything else worth it. Otherwise, imagine great outfits, fabulous decor, great food, everything right, but an empty dance floor. I wouldn't want that for anyone. Want that for never.
So this is you mean to say this is the mistake which people make, which they can avoid it?
Yes, absolutely. Honestly, you're going all the way. That little extra mile of if it's a budget related thing, a little bit here and there. I mean, and every artist negotiates here and there. If you find a sweet spot, thoda sa aap aage aa jao, thoda sa they will work on. You meet somewhere halfway, everybody's happy.
Gotcha.
But if you cut it down just because of a little budget push, and then if I hope that it doesn't affect your wedding, but if it does, then feeling it later is no point.
So you mean to say that you have to have your vision clear. So
yeah,
so
very important.
So my point to the viewers who are getting married, you have your vision clear for what kind of vision you see for your wedding, for entertainment, select your artist accordingly.
Thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. अगर आपको लगता है कि ये content किसी के लिए important है, please share with them. And in case if you want us to cover a specific topic or content, please comment below. Thank you.